On this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly, boys volleyball and the anatomy field trip. All this and more coming up next. Welcome to this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. I'm your host, Hailey Yellin. Nico's anatomy and physiology classes take an annual field trip to Marquette University. Nick shows us what this opportunity is all about.
Last week, anatomy students traveled 2.5 hours to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to visit Marquette University's extensive cadaver lab. Since it began, this field trip has been a highlight of the anatomy and physiology class.
So we actually started going on an anatomy field trip 12 years ago when I first started here at NEQA. And the reason it started up is because I was looking for an opportunity to do a field trip to a cadaver lab, knew there would be a great opportunity for our students to actually touch a real life heart, lung, brain, spinal cord, etc. There's really nothing that can replace that in the anatomy class.
NEQA students are given a one-of-a-kind experience, as Marquette offers the ability to interact with real cadavers.
So basically we got to go from station to station, and on each station a different part of the body was open, and we were able to go in and move the parts around and just see how it works and how all the different things that we've been learning about throughout the school year work together.
They've expanded now where we do a neuroscience lecture as well with them, where some of the students actually get to go up and actually do some hands-on activities with the neuroscience stuff.
The field trip benefits the students by gathering all that they've learned.
It's a good conclusion to the end of the school year because we're able to see everything that we've learned throughout the entire year.
To learn about the human body and experience the field trip for yourself, you can take the Anatomy and Physiology course. For Wildcat Weekly, I'm Nick Sokolowski.
After making it to the state championship game last season, the NEQA boys volleyball team looks to repeat their success. Tyler digs into the story.
With a record of 16 wins and 7 losses, the boys varsity volleyball team continues to prepare for the playoffs. With the loss of many graduated seniors, the underclassmen have to step up to fill those spots.
We still have a number of pieces that were part of the starting lineup, especially with Kevin setting, Jeremy was playing middle for us last year. But a number of the other players, for example, Gabe, and Carson and Tom and Jack weren't starters on last year's team and are starters on this year's team.
Last year, the team made it to the state championship game and got second. This year's returning varsity members and coaches are using the loss to help motivate this year's team to prepare for tough games this season.
And besides our first playoff match, every match went to 3 games. Every match was really close. So part of it is just, being able to push through and understanding that every point matters and fighting for every point.
The team is making it a priority to build from the mistakes from last year's defeat to have a deep playoff run this year.
We believe that we work really well as a team and that we'll hopefully make it far in state this year.
As the season goes on, we want to make sure that the skills that we're working on, whether it's a defense, offense, we want to keep developing those skills.
Go support the team as they play in the Mattia Invite Tournament tonight at 5 p.m. They'll be playing at Mattia Valley High School and going up against Oswego High School. Good luck towards the rest of your season, and for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Tala Orlo.
AP testing is on the horizon. Logan tells us how they're graded and how you can succeed.
With AP students preparing for their end-of-the-year testing, teachers are also preparing for the test, but in a different way. Some of our teachers here in NEQA are getting ready to grade essays and other aspects of these tests. The guidelines are strict on the test, and the teachers want their students to follow them.
So basically it's the essays that I grade. There's other parts of it, but that's what I've done over and over and over again, and they are really picky. So the criteria that they set up, you really need to abide by that. They kind of rank them kind of by quality.
The grading of these essays is a long process in which you have to stay focused and stay sharp for an extensive period of time.
You sit in a room and for hours and hours you score essay after essay after essay. They hand you a folder with 25 essays in it. You score that, then you hand it off the folder, and then you get another folder of 25 essays, and so you score that. And over the course of the day, you might score, some people score 100 essays because that's their pace. Some people score 500 essays because they're faster. It's just table after table after table of teachers from all over the country, 1,200 teachers sitting in a giant gymnasium together, scoring essays.
Mrs. Ryder wants all students to know that they just need to trust their teacher's preparation and come well rested to test day, and they will do great. So good luck to all AP test takers. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Logan Breen.
Every year, Neuqua hosts the district-wide Fine Arts Festival. Connor looks into this event.
The 38th Annual Fine Arts Festival is an event that gives all students in the Neuqua Valley community the ability to show their wonderful art pieces.
Planning the Fine Arts Festival is definitely a team effort. It takes a lot of coordination among the district, and so every music and art teacher sort of has a role that they play in the festival, and then there's some of us that coordinate things so art is displayed consistently, music concerts are somewhat consistent. So if you're at any of the high schools, the experience you're going to have is pretty similar in what you see and what you hear.
Artwork in the festival does include traditional art like drawing, painting, ceramics, sculpture, but it also includes digital art like computer graphics, digital photography, animation, 3D printing and design. So it's a nice variety of artwork from traditional to digital.
This celebration of art gives students the opportunity to share their passions with the community.
I think we know that some students get out of bed so they can go to their art class because that's really what makes them tick, and they love art and that's what they do.
The Fine Arts Festival will be held on Saturday, May 18th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. For individual group times, be sure to check the performance schedule at neuquamusic.org. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Connor Juarez.
With summer approaching, many students are looking for jobs. Peyton fills us on opportunities offered.
As summer approaches, there are many new opportunities for students, and there are many advantages that come along with these different opportunities.
Having a job is a good experience, just kind of learning some work-related skills, communication, collaboration. Obviously also making some money is kind of nice. You kind of learn to maybe manage that money.
Over summer, many students acquire jobs or internships, but many kids under the age of 16 feel that they will not be able to get a job due to their age. Some places will hire kids that are 15 or younger, but they will need a work permit in order to begin working.
So a work permit is for students or children who want to work under the age of 16. They are required to get a work permit. The weird thing about a work permit is you actually have to have the job before you can get a work permit. A work permit is basically saying that you can be employed under the age of 15. An employer would have to write a letter of intent to employ.
There are many different establishments in Naperville that hire teens, such as grocery stores, restaurants, and pools. Students can also check out websites such as the Naperville Park District or Indeed for different job opportunities. Good luck on your summer job search, and for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Peyton Williams.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. Have a great weekend, Wildcats.